No. I mean, the Witkoff thing in some ways is what set the whole thing off. Right?
Witkoff? He's the most reasonable, moderate person in the world. No, he's not anti-Israel. He's just tough.
I think the Witkoff thing surprised both sides, though, I would note. So,
Why?
I think, so obviously you knew him before, within recent years. Okay. So, I think in general, the open source intelligence, to use a lame term, but like that, I would say is that the hawks, people who want to say go all the way on Iran, did not expect Witkoff to be so pragmatic. And then additionally, the realist and restraint camp also did not expect it. They did not all the reporting from, say, Israeli media, say Haaretz or Times of Israel, that Witkoff went in there and sort of with both the incoming Trump administration and the remnants of the Biden administration, force Prime Minister Netanyahu into some sort of deal, a deal that he had turned down 6 months ago in May of 2024, basically identical deal. That threw most everybody in the loop for a loop. And that has set off, as far as I can infer, a climate of hysteria within Israel itself, at least among I'm not sure Netanyahu himself, but at least within the factions of his cabinet that are hardline as hell.
Okay, so they disagree. They've had to give a little. Everyone does in a negotiation.
It's not a disagreement. I mean, like, this will not stop unless there's pushback.
All I'm saying is, when you reach an agreement, everyone gets pinched. Okay, that's just the nature of it.
Right.
And no one likes it, but like tough, that's what it is. And my read on Witkoff is that he's just not super ideological. I think he's pro-Israel. I wouldn't even question that. But I don't think he's an ideologue. He's a self-made real estate guy who started with like a single apartment building in Washington Heights.
Sure.
He's a tough human being.
Yeah.
And I think you need someone who's practical and tough to affect a negotiation. You don't want someone who's captive to all kinds of theories. Trump says, hey, Witkoff, get a peace deal or, get a ceasefire, an intermediate peace deal, a first step toward one.
Yeah.
And Witkoff's like, okay. And he just shows up and he's like, hey, you. Yeah. You're like, that's, isn't that what you want?
I think a lot of Israel was surprised by this. I mean, this was lost in the absolute cacophony of 2024.
Really?
But yes, like if you read, I read the Israeli press daily, and there were members of Netanyahu's coalition. So these are members of the Prime Minister Netanyahu, people who are not in his party, who are more hardline than him, and they were saying Trump's really talking about this endless war stuff. This might be a problem, and this was back